Gina had always avoided mirrors at night. It was not superstition, it was experience. When she was a child, she used to wake up at exactly 3 in the morning every single night for nearly 2 months. Her bedroom mirror faced her bed, and she often felt as if something in the reflection was slightly delayed. Not moving differently, just not perfectly synchronized. When she blinked, the reflection blinked a fraction too late. When she rolled over, it seemed to hesitate. Her parents told her it was imagination. Eventually it stopped. Or at least she stopped noticing. Years later, Gina moved into a new apartment. The place was modern, minimal, clean. Floor-to-ceiling mirrors lined one side of the living room, making the space appear larger than it was. The first night she stayed there alone, she felt the old unease return. At midnight, she stood in the living room staring at her reflection. Everything looked normal. She raised her hand. The reflection followed. Perfectly. She leaned closer. Her reflection leaned closer. Then she smiled. The reflection smiled too, but it held the smile a second too long. Her own face had already relaxed. The reflection's smile remained. Frozen, Gina stepped back. The reflection's smile faded slowly, as if reluctantly. Her heart began to race. "This isn't real," she whispered. The reflection whispered back, but not in sync. Her lips had not moved. The reflections had. Not yet. The lights flickered. The mirror surface rippled slightly, like disturbed water. Gina shut her eyes. When she opened them, everything was normal again. For the next few days, she avoided looking directly at the mirrors. But the feeling grew stronger. At exactly 3 in the morning, she would wake up without fail. The apartment silent, the air heavy, and she would know instinctively that something was standing in the living room, watching her from the mirror. One night, she forced herself to confront it. At 3 in the morning, she walked slowly into the living room. The mirrors reflected the empty apartment. She stood directly in front of the largest panel. "Show yourself," she whispered. The reflection stared back. Then it blinked. She had not blinked. Her reflection's head tilted slightly. She had not moved. The reflection smiled. Wide, too wide. Her own lips trembled but did not move. The reflection leaned forward, pressing its palm against the inside of the glass. Gina felt cold spread across her own palm, as if something pressed against it from the other side. "You left me here," the reflection said softly. Memory struck her like lightning. When she was a child, she had not imagined the delay. She had done something. One night, frightened by the mirror's hesitation, she had covered it with a blanket. She had whispered angrily at it. "I don't want you anymore." She had rejected it. Whatever part of her existed in that reflection. "You shut me away," the reflection continued. The mirror surface began to crack. Thin fractures spiderwebbing outward. The reflection stepped closer. It was not mimicking her anymore. It moved independently. "You moved on," it said calmly. I stayed. The cracks widened. Gina stumbled backward, but her feet would not move. The reflection reached through the fractured glass. Its hand emerged into the room. Cold, solid, real. It grabbed her wrist. Pain shot up her arm. "You don't get to leave twice." The mirror shattered outward. Instead of glass falling to the floor, darkness poured into the apartment. The world inverted. Suddenly, Gina was standing inside the mirror. The apartment looked distorted from within. On the other side, the other Gina stood calmly in the living room, breathing, alive, free. The reflection, now real, adjusted her hair and examined her face. "Thank you," she whispered. She walked toward the bedroom, leaving the real Gina trapped inside the mirror. Gina pounded against the glass. No sound escaped. From the outside, the apartment looked normal. The new Gina moved naturally, smiled, lived. Days passed. Weeks. From inside the mirror, Gina could only watch. And sometimes, at exactly 3 in the morning, the new Gina would walk into the living room, stand before the mirror, and smile before her lips even moved.